Good morning, SKN.
I'm Andre Cunningham.
And I'm Cortensia Carty. And welcome to episode number 327.
Right here at Studio 327. Want to know the significance of those two numbers? Stick around. We have an exciting show lineup for you this morning. But first, here's what's happening in local news. This one comes to us from the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service. The St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister and political leader of the governing St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, joined the granddaughters Carla and Arminita Bradshaw Williams of the Federation's first national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw, in unveiling a billboard to signify the start of a significant project, the renovation of the property known as the home of the first Premier of St. Kitts and Nevis, Sir Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw, and the creation of a museum in his honour. The unveiling ceremony took place on Monday, 1st of May 2023, Labour Day, just before the historic annual Labour Day March. Prime Minister Dr. Drew, in his remarks given at the unveiling ceremony, expressed the view that a nation must recognize the contributions of persons who have served with distinction in nation building because, quote, a grateful nation is a great nation, and in keeping with that principle, it is important that we do this, end quote. Prime Minister Dr. Drew continued, as a nation, we ensure that our people would have reached the state of independence and be able to establish a nation that would be respected in the world. We must never forget the many sacrifices that he would have made.
Good stuff, and I'm really looking forward to see that
Me too.
museum in the next 5 months. We continue now. Our next story comes from Win Media SKN. In a release from Government House, a newly appointed Governor General's deputy was named. The Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marcella A. Liebert, advised the public of her absence from the Federation from Wednesday, 3rd May 2023 to attend the coronation ceremony of King Charles III on May 6, 2023 at Westminster Abbey in London. Because of her absence, His Excellency Mr. Walford Vincent Gums, OBE-JP, will serve as Governor General's deputy and will act on her behalf. The Governor General's deputy was administered his oaths at a brief ceremony at Government House on May 3rd in accordance with the Constitution.
And still on the local scene, this one also from St. Kitts Nevis Information Service. The Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority, ECTEL, is getting ready to host a virtual tech talk and training dubbed Digital Skills for Life on Tuesday, 9th of May 2023. This event forms part of the International Telecommunications Union's ITU Girls in ICT Observance, which is marked annually on the fourth Thursday of April. According to the ITU, quote, for girls and young women to thrive in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics career, they need to acquire skills to become both ICT users and creators in the digital world, end quote. To this end, ECTEL has collaborated with 4 remarkable Caribbean women to stage a virtual event aimed at encouraging girls to learn more about ICT and pursue studies and careers in this male-dominated field. The inspiring speakers for this event are Michelle Marius, Director of ICT Pulse Consulting Limited from St. Lucia, and Simone Joseph Olivier, Assistant Director, E-Government Unit, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, while the talented trainers are Medisha Augustine Casimir, Digital Marketer and Brand Strategist, Apache Solutions from the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Swan Benoit, Graphic Design, OECS Commission from St. Lucia.
And now for the local weather. It is partly cloudy with a high of 86 and a low of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Stay tuned for regional and international news.
No cash, no card, no problem. JAD. Embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. You are in time for those of you who are just joining us for regional news. It comes from Loop Caribbean. Grenada was represented at the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute Benefit Gala on Monday night through designer Felicia Noel. The creative force and owner of the clothing brand Fee Noel, the designer wore her own custom design to pay homage to iconic designer Karl Lagerfeld. Noel accompanied Mark Metrick, CEO of Saks, to the event. The benefit gala marked the opening of the exhibition entitled Karl Lagerfeld, A Line of Beauty. Born in New York to Grenadian parents, Noel has maintained close ties to the island, visiting often and drawing inspiration for her designs. Her clothes have been adorned by the likes of Beyoncé and Michelle Obama, and she currently has a limited line spring designer collection available for retail at Target. So I'm happy that the Caribbean was represented, and wow,
Indeed,
stunning.
indeed. Here's what's happening on the international scene. This one comes to us from CNN. It's been 2 decades since the supersonic commercial flight ended with Concorde's final touchdown in an airfield in southwest England. In recent years, numerous pretenders to the throne, supersonic, hypersonic, hydrogen-powered with anti-boom technology, have been whizzing around, conceptually at least, but many of these projects promising seamless, super-fast travel have instead stalled, sputered out, or hit delays. Now, a European hypersonic startup is having a go, promising enticing journey times such as from Frankfurt to Sydney in 4 hours 15 minutes and from Memphis to Dubai in 3.5 hours. The Destinus concept is a hydrogen-powered flight at 5 times the speed of sound, cutting flight duration to less than a quarter of current commercial air travel. Headquartered in Switzerland with a team of around 120 staff spread out in Spain, France, and Germany, Destinus was established in 2021 but has been hitting milestones fast. Its first 2 prototypes have made successful test flights and are about to start testing hydrogen-powered flights. Its third prototype, Destinus 3, is set to make its inaugural flight by the end of the year. Interesting stuff. When do you think we're going to have such civil aviation system in the region?
Well, you never know. It just might make its way down here. Sooner than soon.
I am optimistic as the global initiative for Vision 2030 fast approaches.
Yes.
Well, there you have it, guys. The latest in local, regional, and international news. Stay with us. Much more when we return on Good Morning SKN.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fibre and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fibre and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. This segment is all about the St. Kitts and Nevis Citizen by Descent Drive in Canada. To speak to us about it, we welcome Brenda Foreman, St. Kitts and Nevis Honorary Consul in Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Brenda, and welcome to Good Morning SKN. Our pleasure finally having you. Yes, I'm going to say finally.
Good morning, Brenda. Happy to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you both. Good morning, and I'm so happy that I was able to make it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start off. How was Diplomatic Week?
Awesome. It was actually my first because I'm a new honorary consul.
Okay.
I started during the pandemic, so obviously there was not much that could be done.
Yes.
Face to face.
Yes.
So I had the opportunity to meet quite a few people, build some new relationships, and start collaborations, which is what it's all about, and learning about my country, and doing some vlogs, taking some pictures.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
So how does it feel to be back home too?
Oh gosh, I love it. I love coming home. Any excuse to come home, I'm here.
You're here. Okay.
So if you want me to come back, just say the word.
For sure.
Awesome stuff.
For sure.
So Brenda, you're a past student of the prestigious Keon High School.
Yes.
Indeed. Tell us a little bit about your alma mater and how it shaped you as a woman you are this morning.
Well, Keon High School is, I think, the best high school on the island. All right.
I'll give you that.
We have some amazing people that went through, even past prime ministers, ministers of government all went through there. I have my uncle was a teacher there for a very long time. He was tough on me, but the thing is I left very early.
Okay.
I went to Canada at the end of first form.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel like it because I'm still a part of that group. We call ourselves the CHS Stars. We rise together and we shine together. So we raise funds for the school on a yearly basis. We give back and we build a community. So we've got people from all over the world that are still part of this. And I love that. And even though I haven't left, I'm home every year.
Oh, nice.
So it's one of those wonderful things that I don't ever want to lose. That connection.
And I wish you don't ever lose it as well. So can you tell us what are some of your roles as the honorary consul?
Well, that is the fun part. As honorary consul, I engage the diaspora. So diaspora engagement is very, very important, which means that I get people, which is part of what I'm doing with the Youth Council. We want the youth involved. We want people who are born here, who've left, and we want them to be reconnected.
Okay.
We want to help build the country, the federation, and connect. So that's part of it. We also work with passports, citizenship applications. We help people there. We send them home, there are many. The farm worker programs. These are all diaspora programs, I guess, but mostly diaspora engagements.
Okay.
Awesome stuff. So, Brenda, tell us, what are some of the benefits of having, being a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis and also having dual citizenship?
Well, as you know, St. Kitts and Nevis passport is one of the strongest passports in the world.
Indeed, it is.
Right? You have access to many countries, over 53 countries in the world.
Nice.
As a Canadian, Kittish Division, right?
Fancy.
Yes,
so
because
fancy.
you're allowed to keep your other passport. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can come back and you can work here if you choose to.
Okay.
Right now, since the pandemic out, there are a lot of people who work in different places in the world. They come here to work on the beach. But if you come into St. Kitts, for example, your passport isn't stamped and say you have 2 weeks to leave. You can come whenever you want. You can stay as long as you want.
Indeed.
You can also invest. You can build businesses. You can have your children here. You can have scholarships because if you want to get educated, sometimes you have access to scholarships within St. Kitts and Nevis that are not being used. If you're Canadian, you may not have, right? My children are Canadian, but they're also Kittish Division.
Of course.
Right? And if they want to come here and study, they can.
Yeah.
Because they're also,
they have
and
the
I
right
want them
to
to be able to contribute to our economy.
Yes.
We have a lot to share. And think about it. If you are there and you are youth, obviously both of you are youth, and let's say you match with somebody in Canada who are journalists like you can share best practices. You can even build a network amongst yourselves because you know what I mean. It's a world. It's a small world now.
Yeah, indeed it is. Indeed. So who are the other international and local stakeholders in this drive?
Well, one of our major sponsors is COI, the Koi Resort. We're doing a draw, the contest, and the draw is going to be done in August. Well, we want to do it in September. I'm sorry. We've changed it because we have a huge celebration coming up for 40th Independence Anniversary. So, we want to do that so people can be excited about it, if we can bring it all together. So Koi Resort has actually been very supportive. Okay, good. I went to visit them yesterday and I saw this beautiful space. I took lots of pictures and videos, which I'll be posting. You'll see that. And we have other places or stakeholders on the ground, like if they want to have the scenic railway, they want to go zip lining. Is it zip lining? Brimstone Hill, the tours. Yes. We want them to see St. Kitts and Nevis, be attached to it. I want to be able to see it through their eyes because I've seen it so many times. But when you see it for the first time, somebody who's never been here, you see the excitement, and then they form an attachment. I think that's important.
And they're not only staying at Koi, but I realize you're sharing stays. They're going to Nevis.
Yes, for 3 days.
Right. So this is where it gets interesting, Brenda. Right. Help the viewers to understand. There will be a contest. After the contest, there will be a raffle, a draw, and those two persons who are successful, there will be a trip paid courtesy for two on Air Canada to St. Kitts and Nevis. On top of that, they will be staying 4 nights at the prestigious Koi Resort and also 3 days over there at Hamilton Beach, Villa and Spa, and also all excursions also being paid. Well, Brenda, what a way to welcome the 40th independence for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes, this is exactly what we're talking about. And we are hoping that the people who come are going to be excited and they want to see more, because I've been doing a poll. And a lot of people come for maybe Music Fest or maybe Carnival, but they don't do a lot of other things. Right. There's so many things that this tiny little island or federation has to offer. I went hiking the other day and I couldn't walk after a while. I'm realizing we have a rainforest, And I want them to see that and go back and talk about it. And this is all going to be taped. Okay. They have to agree once they win that we're going to be videographed, and this will become a tourism video. People can see it across the world. So these stakeholders are going to be seeing it.
So creating lasting memories for them.
Right.
Indeed.
So before they get entered into the contest, they would have had to acquire a passport or citizenship here in St. Kitts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. They can apply, but they have to acquire it first. Okay. Once they're okayed, then their name go in for the draw. And we've had some people coming through, first and second generation.
Okay. And why the age range that you would have picked?
Well, we thought about it. We want everybody to be, citizens, but the youth we want to acquire, right? Because we are in the midst of starting a youth council. Okay. And we've had lots of interest, but you cannot be a part of a St. Kitts Nevis Youth Council unless you're a citizen of St. Kitts Nevis.
Okay. Good stuff.
Right? There are so many different types of careers that we're not aware of, that can be shared. And the council here, we can connect. So it's all one, it's holistic.
Yes.
Indeed. So for those of us who are watching and don't know the difference, can you explain what's the difference between citizenship by investment and citizenship by descent?
Okay, so citizenship by investment are people who want to come into a country and invest into the country. Yes. So for a certain price, we don't know the price because it changes, and that's not our unit.
That's true.
They can come and build businesses or invest and receive a citizenship for a federation. Okay. Descent means now that you have a connection to a country already. You have a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather who is a Kittinivisian.
Right.
And you technically are, but you don't have the papers. Yeah. You can become a citizen and you get a passport. Okay. Right? So you can have both. You come here, taxes, we're part of the CARICOM community.
Yes.
So you have access to all of that.
All the islands.
Yes.
Of course.
You mentioned mom, dad, grandmother. So if they had a cousin, it doesn't work.
No.
So only those 3 lineage.
Right, which is why we say descent. Oh, wow. Once you become a citizen and you want to sponsor someone There are different avenues in which you can do that.
Okay.
But we realize that there are quite a few grandchildren, out there. And, I've asked them, have you been to St. Kitts and Nevis? No, but it's on my list. But why? Have you been to the Bahamas? Have you been to Jamaica? Have you been to St. Lucia? Yes.
Right.
Why not St. Kitts and Nevis?
Right.
So we start putting up pictures, and now they're curious. We talk about our history. We want to share that with them.
Yeah.
Form that, and I keep saying form that attachment. Because once you form that attachment, it doesn't go anywhere after that.
So prior to this drive, Brenda, were persons of Kittitian and Division heritage interested in St. Kitts at all? Has anyone?
There's been some interest, but I think the interest has grown.
Okay,
which is our goal, right?
Yeah.
We want more increased citizenship by descent applications. We want the interest to grow, right?
Okay.
Socioeconomic development is important to our country, and that's part of our mandate is to, seek investment to build development, and this is a great way to do it to start.
Can I ask one more question of you?
Sure.
What are we looking for? A particular type of skill set of persons to apply to become citizens, or we are just encouraging everyone to apply, and then if your skill set matches the availability of the jobs in St. Kitts, then you can come on down?
We want everyone to apply.
Okay, all right.
Everyone. Skill sets are important because we want people in the health sector.
Okay.
Media is important. What else? We have media,
health.
Education.
Okay.
Technology.
Yeah, tech is becoming
agriculture.
big.
All of this is important. But it doesn't matter what you do because there is something that can be shared both ways.
Okay.
So it is also important for the viewers to understand, Brenda, that even though those two persons would be selected to visit the islands, all those applicants, this is now their opportunity to visit the Federation on their own, even though they won't be given the expense paid. But it's an opportunity now for them to actually come and see where their parents, their grandparents are actually from. So they're not out of the competition, so to speak.
Just because you didn't win the trip doesn't mean you didn't win.
Come.
Right? You have access to this. This is your home.
Right.
You're welcome with open arms. My children, they come to St. Kitts more than me now.
Look at that.
Sometimes they say, Mommy, I'm going home. And I think, okay, because they're older now. And I want them because they would like to play maths. I no longer do that. right? But they want to come home. It's my eldest one. I'm going to play myself. Can I take some of my friends?
Oh, nice.
That's what I want to see because it's exposed. They are our eyes and ears.
Can I speak about you assisting with, supporting women and the youth? And you're working collaboratively with the Ministry of Culture as well to create programs that benefit the workers employed in the cultural industry. Why?
Because I think it's very important.
Okay.
I think that it's a segment that's been ignored for far too long.
Okay.
My background is in fashion. And the arts, yes. I've been an image consultant for a number of years, quite a number of years. And I'm also creative director for one of the biggest fashion weeks in Toronto. I'm a co-founder. So I see that this billion-dollar industry is not being infiltrated by our people. We have so much talent here. For example, a seamstress or a tailor can do so much more as a designer. We can have this stuff manufactured and sold worldwide. Right? You can live very well doing this.
That's true.
Not as part-time. I have people who are willing to mentor. I have programs that are willing, and working with culture is something that I think will be beneficial to all of us. And hopefully good things will be happening in the future that we can talk about soon.
Of course.
So would we have touched on everything that you needed to talk about, or is there anything that we would have missed that you want to tell the public?
I want to tell the public that St. Kitts and Nevis is a beautiful place to be. We're a small place, but we hit way below. Above our weight. I think our premier says that a lot.
Little Bobby Talawa.
Little Bobby Talawa. For such a small island state, we do so much, and we have capabilities way beyond what people could imagine. So if people can tap into us and see what we have to offer, I think we can do so well, each of us, especially the youth, because that is the future. You know, I'm
yes,
almost
they
on my
are.
way out. You guys are coming in.
Oh, so not. Oh,
Yes.
wow, Brenda, it was such a pleasure. I wish we had more time so we
Oh.
can chat plenty, but I hope you got the information out that you wanted to
Yes,
get out.
I think I got it.
And I really look forward to us integrating and working together. And kudos and everything that you'll do in the future. And I hope to see you back here sometime.
Thank you both, and thank you for what you're doing. I've watched you guys, and you guys have been doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Even
Thank
from
you.
Canada, New York, people are watching.
I appreciate
right,
that.
and I will spread the word too now.
Oh, thank you.
For people to see that this is what young people are doing.
Yes.
right.
Right.
There's so much you can do, and thank you for it.
Just
Aw,
listening to you,
pleasure.
I am inspired. And hopefully soon you'll see me in Canada.
Yes, you know where to find me. I'm at the consulate or anything. Just call whatever we could do there. Like we are a connection out there to
Right.
you, and anything that we can do out there, let us know too. Right?
Certainly, certainly.
GMSCAN Nation, that was Miss Brenda Foreman, St. Kitts and Nevis Honorary Consul in Ontario, Canada. Stay tuned. We have so much more after this.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
International Firefighters Day is celebrated yearly on May 4th, which was yesterday. To highlight the important role firefighters play in society, joining us are Timothy Martin, Fire Substation Officer, and Rommel Williams, AG, Chief Fire Officer. Gentlemen, welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Our pleasure.
Awesome. So tell us, what's the significance of this day?
Go ahead.
You're good, Anthony. Feel free to, Anthony.
For firefighters around the world, this day is really significant. Now, in 1999, this was the inception of World Firefighters Day.
Okay.
This was due to an incident that happened the year before. So, in December of 1998, in Australia, and Australia is known for some
Big
serious wildfires.
Yep.
So there was this wildfire in the Linton community, and firefighters throughout the region were called. So some guys from a nearby fire station, the Geelong West Fire Brigade, they went to the scene. So they got the call, they went to the scene, and 5 firefighters were under the appliance that day. What transpired was it was a tragedy where 5 of the firefighters, all 5, they lost their lives. There was this massive wind shift, and being between the brush, they were swept away by the fire.
Okay, that's okay.
Understood.
So yes, so that caused persons to really look at firefighters and the commitment that they have displayed in saving lives and property, the environment.
Yes.
So this caused them to, honor that day and remember those fallen officers. So our firefighters throughout the world, we are like a brotherhood.
Okay.
So we look out for one another, no matter where you go. Once you say, hey, you go to a fire station, I'm a firefighter, you could be from any part of the world. We treat you as our own.
As they should, as they
Good
should.
stuff. Good stuff. So let's talk about the.
Now, what I would like to add to that, if my recollection serves me right, those fire officers, those firefighters, they were all volunteers.
Oh. Wow. So
So they were actually volunteering, and they responded to that call, and they all died. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, indeed.
I hope persons hearing this doesn't shy away from volunteering, no, Romel. Let's talk about the team, gentlemen. There goes my voice. Honoring the heroes who protect. What does that mean to both of you? Wow, you guys never thought about that. You guys never thought that deep about it.
Honoring the heroes who protect. It's an interesting theme this year.
Now,
well, who protect us?
When we look at what we do, like I said, right? It's a selfless job.
Why?
We do it because of love for the country and for our fellow men throughout the community, and it is a last side of the question.
Okay, the theme, it's honoring the heroes who protect us. So we're basically honoring you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, how do you interpret this theme? How do we honor you then? How would you like to be honored?
Well, it's for me, it's just the simple things that counts.
Okay.
I mean, just letting us know that, hey, you guys do a good job. And even if a situation might not go as planned, see it that, you know, we would have put our lives on the line to get the job done. So just a simple thank you would suffice on my part.
Okay. Ramel?
Yes, and to more or less piggyback on what he said, these type of professions, sometimes they get really lonely. Even though you're working with individual, these are persons you see every day. They're not new faces. You see them every day. Sometimes a strange face, like for instance, someone from the community who just pass in and say, "Hey guys, I'm only here to say thank you and to commend you on the job that you are doing." Right. That goes a very long way. Especially when it doesn't really happen that often. And so the slightest or the smallest appreciation is like a huge gift for us. You know, having to risk your life daily for persons you don't even know, persons you've never met and you may never ever meet again. And even the impact, the emotional impact that some of these scenes have on us as fire officers. You know, you go to a particular report or you respond to a particular emergency, and it might be a fatal one. You know, a person might have lost their lives, and there's a what should I say? There's always an image that is planted in the back of your mind, even though it is not, you don't always think about it, but subconsciously it affects you. And so it is necessary for sometimes to at least hear a little thank you here and there, good job. It goes a really long way. As a matter of fact, sometimes some persons only remember that a fire department exists when there's a fire. So, okay, there's a fire. Okay, a fire department exists. Yeah. With him. Yes, so we only know fire department exists when there's an emergency, which sometimes it's really sad because we are always here. We are always working, even though you don't see us sometimes. We don't just respond to fires. We have to go and we have to do inspections, we have to do trainings, so we are always up and about. And so appreciation this small is like a gift this big.
Okay, before we continue, come on, voice, work with me. Is this day a big day in the Federation? And what does, I'm going to go for the government, yes. What does the government do to make the firefighters feel appreciated?
Wow. I'll start off. Okay, so we are slowly gaining momentum where that is concerned.
Okay.
Like he said, like Mr. Williams said, that quite often is only when something happens. When something happens is when they remember the president. So we are trying our utmost best to bring a lot more awareness to us as firefighters and what we do.
Okay.
In relation to the other half of the question, I don't know why he chose he chose the easier part of the question. But the government does what they are supposed to do. In relation to making sure that we have the best equipment, the best appliances, training, and so these are things that we more or less as part of our vision to modernize the fire department with the best, like I said, with the best equipment, top-notch equipment. As a matter of fact, St. Kitts has some of the best equipment in the region.
Interesting.
Right? We have some of the best equipment in the region when it comes to fire trucks and, you know, firefighting equipment. So the government plays their part, and of course, we have support from our ministry head, the permanent secretaries. Very supportive. Yes, very supportive. So, and this is always reinforced that you guys have
my fullest
I like
support.
that. I
So
like
even that is really comforting, right? So yeah.
So for the viewers who are watching, including myself, we appreciate the uniform, but for those of us who don't know, explain the uniform.
Okay, so we have let me see, we have about 5 uniforms.
Okay.
I hope I count correctly. So we have what we call our bunker gears. That's our response, our turnout gears that we fight fires in. That's a uniform. Then we have what we call our BDUs, which is our station wear. It's this with a t-shirt, SKNFRS t-shirt. And then we have our working order, which is this one.
Right.
Minus the pants. The pants is more a dress. Pants. Yeah. No, not the shirt without the pants.
That would be a classic.
So this is our working order. And then there's a ceremonial wear, which is a dark navy with red stripes.
Oh, okay.
Long sleeve.
Oh, that's
that
fun.
one we wear on Independence Day and so forth.
I didn't know. Thanks
So that's
for that.
our ceremonial wear.
Okay.
And then as you go up in rank, when you reach what we call a gazetted rank, your color change to
That's
this.
your color. Okay.
So we have 5 gazetted positions in the fire department.
Okay.
So this would be the last stage for this uniform, a sergeant.
Okay.
Once you pass sergeant and you go to what we call a fire station officer, or what would be an inspector in the police, then you change into this color uniform.
Interesting. Thanks for clarifying.
You're most welcome.
What is the most difficult part of being a firefighter? And this question is for both of you. You can give us your insight on it. I'll start with Timothy. I'm not going to let you throw it over now.
I'm going to go first this time. So for me,
I try to work.
The most difficult part is having to look at someone who is in grief or grieving from a loss, whether it be property or a life loss, family members. And I have learned to appreciate that it doesn't matter. I cannot place value on someone else's possession or family or even the animal. I might see. I responded to a call and a lady lost her dog, and she lamented over that. And I stood there and I said, "Wow." Now, I don't know what that dog meant to her. That might have been her only companion. And that dog is no longer. So having to see these scenes, the person's grieving, and sometimes they sit and they wonder, how am I going to start again? This is my life's investment. Where am I going to go? Where do I turn? And you see the frustration, and so that takes a toll on me. So that's, for me, that's the hardest part of being a fire officer.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to go first.
He stole your answer?
I know, because the thing is, our answers for those type of questions are almost always the same.
Okay.
So once I said it, it's the same thing.
For Timothy.
He doesn't even have to say anything.
Okay.
He has to speak.
I mean, that part of the process touches me each and every time. I mean, when I go to fight a fire, especially a house fire, I put my every effort into extinguishing that fire. Make it worse when you hear that someone might be trapped within that building. That takes it to a whole nother level. And you just exhaust all avenues to get that job done.
Wow.
So seeing persons lose, their position, it takes time.
So you said you put your all into fighting it. Are you hoping to save some form of possession for them, even though it may not be possible?
Well, I'll give you an example. So we had a fire over on our sister island. It was said that a child was inside of a house.
Yes.
And I was not dressed for firefighting. But I ended up heavily involved in the extinguishment. But then, the calm came in a bit when I found out that the children were
Oh, pure good stuff.
That kind of
Okay, nice.
So you just share with us some of the difficult aspects of being a firefighter. What are some of the most rewarding aspects of being a firefighter?
Start personal, don't let me go personal.
All right, so some of the most rewarding times of being a firefighter is seeing the joy on person's faces when you would have saved someone for them. You would have limit the damage because persons work tremendously hard throughout the years to attain what they want, a house, whatever it is that is inside the house. And some persons, to start over life is very difficult. So when you're able to catch a fire in its early stage and extinguish it, and you see that joy and those persons come and thank you for the work that you put in saving their property. That is rewarding.
Interesting.
So you see, the response to that question is almost the reverse, and the reverse to the previous question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So on one hand, it would be seeing the grief, and the happy side is seeing the joy. Yeah, and so when it comes to firefighting, it's not just about throwing water on fires. That's what persons think. Firefighting is a science, because you have to take a lot of things into consideration: water damage, property conservation, water conservation. A lot of things you need to take into consideration, because if not properly done, the water does more damage than the fire.
I learned that last night. I couldn't believe water's so dangerous, yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're gonna have water damage. So you've gone from having fire damage,
water damage. Wow.
Indeed. And gentlemen, we're up on a break, but just before we go into the break, a little fun game, and both of you could answer. What does the school bus carry?
Children.
Correct.
Children.
Correct. What does an ambulance carry?
Patients.
Okay, so what does a fire truck carry?
Water.
Interesting. And there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. No incompetence in the fire service in St. Kitts and Nevis. We're up on the break. We'll be back with much more on Good Morning SKN.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out: pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6, along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients: You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Good morning, SKN and Studio 327. This is Tao Batiste, one of your biggest fans. Just you're doing a lot of things well. Keep on that trajectory. Greatness, greatness, greatness.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN and on our 327th episode. Joining us for Caribbean Connections this morning is Chef Noel Cunningham. Noel is a Jamaican-Canadian multi-award winning chef, television food expert, culinary podcaster, food writer, and best-selling cookbook author based in Toronto, Ontario. Good morning, Chef Noel, and welcome to our Caribbean Connections here at Studio 327.
Yes,
Morning, Chef Noel.
How many episodes today you said?
Today is the 327th episode.
Oh, Studio 327, eh?
Yes,
Look at that.
yes, very interesting.
You got it.
you got it. So tell us,
I'm gonna
how
buy
did
pick
you...
today, yeah.
I didn't hear you, sorry?
I said I'm gonna buy a pick tree today.
Okay.
It's a lucky number today.
Indeed. So let us talk about your connections to Jamaica and when did you begin your culinary journey?
Alrighty. So my culinary journey really started when I was like pretty young, age 12 thereabout. And on Sundays, my mom would be like busy, in the Caribbean for us. Sunday is a family day, right? Where we come together and we eat and we spend time together. So what I would do is usually I would take Sundays now as my day to start, prepare food while she's out busy. My sisters, of course, they're lazy. So I used to watch like creative cooking. Yes, they are. I used to watch like creative cooking and all of these food shows, the Food Network. And then I would save recipes and then always want to practice. So I would use Sundays now as my practice. And then my aunt, she realized that I really love what I do. So she really motivated me, take me under her wings now by teaching me some stuff until it was time now for like high school.
Yes.
I chose my vocational area, which is food and nutrition. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So Noel, tell us where does your culinary background started?
So of course at in high school, did well. I was awarded. Then of course I went to Runaway Heart Hotel. Dre know there well.
Shout out
Yeah.
to RBH.
Shout out. Yes, the best. My name is changed now, right?
Okay.
Yes, so I started there. I did my level 1, 2, 3. Then I work in the hotel in St. Anne. At Edenism, I work at Breezes. Did my training at several hotels across Jamaica as well until I moved back to Kingston, where I was the head chef at this cafe just at the age of 21. Then I started, doing my thing in the media world, in the paper, on television, stuff like that, until I migrated now to Canada in 2013. So it's been a journey,
Okay.
Interesting.
I want to know what caused that migration. I'm getting all in your business.
Yes, that's okay. So I was working a lot in Jamaica, to be honest, and I wasn't feeling like I was doing my best or giving my best. It was like moving from one job to another, and it was mediocre. It was just game and gimmicks. I wanted more, to be honest, and I randomly applied to come to Canada, and it happened within a year. I came here working at a fast food place until I moved on to a hotel to work as their kitchen manager.
Okay, nice.
Then went to school and did my diploma in hotel and restaurant management. Then I went full on now on my catering business and also did my cookbook, Cuisine by Noel. Yeah.
Interesting.
And you go ahead, Andre.
So Noel, you also have a restaurant in Canada.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, how did all that started?
All right. So before the pandemic, I was searching for a space where I can do catering from, because I don't really want to have a restaurant. Like, it's too much work. It's like you got to put in too much to get back out little, and it's a very ungrateful industry. But catering, you can more manage your time and stuff like that. But because of the pandemic, everyone was home. There was no event happening. So I started doing like DoorDash, Skip the Dish, Ritual. So it was like a ghost kitchen kind of idea at the time. Persons could pick up and they were allowed out, that is. Yeah. And then now, with things opening up now. So it's a barcade and we share the kitchen space along with the owners. So yeah, I'm there serving up my Jamaican delights with a twist. I would say, so I do like the fried chicken and waffle. I call it my island fried chicken and waffle. And then I have like my pepper shrimp pasta, my curry goat pasta, jerk chicken.
Curry goat
all
pasta.
My
Interesting.
I've never heard of curry goat pasta.
Curry goat pasta. It will knock you out. Trust me. Put it to bed.
Wow. Oh, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, Chef Noel, you just mentioned your book, your cookbook. When did you decide to do this cookbook? Ooh, look at you. Look at you looking like Rico Suave on the cover. Oh, okay. Nice. So when did you decide to do a cookbook, and where can persons who may be interested find this cookbook?
Yeah, it's so funny. Like when I was doing when I was in high school, I'm doing my food and nutrition. We had to do like some recipes writing for our SBA and stuff. And for some reason, I'm like, I'm gonna do a cookbook. I want to write a cookbook, and I started writing my cookbook then, just writing down some recipes. And on Sundays when I was cooking, I would be jotting down my barbecue chicken recipe, my this recipe. But of course, at the time, I didn't realize, okay, you need more time. Well, not anymore, because things have changed. That's the kids with their book now. Like, I need more time. Yeah. So you need more time. You need, money and experience and stuff like that. And it so happened that the book was going to call A Culinary Journey Through Recipes and Stories. And then in 2016, I think the idea just came back to me like, what about the cookbook? And I started working on it and so busy. And then I finished it in 2019. And then the idea came out to the Cuisine by Noel, which is the name of my company. And it naturally came to me like I was celebrating my 10-year anniversary as a chef. So I'm like, why not share the culinary journey in it? So it's not just about recipes, but what I did was throughout the chapters, I shared my story from when I was being inspired to be a chef to when I was a baby, basically.
Oh, okay. Good stuff.
So it's
Good stuff.
yeah, so it comes up all my life until like 2019.
Okay. And where can we find this cookbook?
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. You can get it Amazon.com, Amazon CA, wherever you are. It's also in a few bookstores in Jamaica. And you can also, you know, hit me up on the gram or Facebook to get your copy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
So, Noel, in 2019 and also 2020, you were voted as the People's Choice Award. Tell us a little bit about that.
Righty, yeah. So that one is the By Blacks Award. So it's a popular Black magazine here in Toronto. So annually they would have a award that, you know, the people vote for their favorite Black businesses. And I was voted the best chef, you know, the best chef in 2019. So overall, since then I've got like 7 awards from them. Then I've had so Chef of the Year twice. Then I had Baker of the Year twice, Podcaster, Caterer, and I think Restaurant as well. So 7 awards since then. It's a People's Choice. So, yes, thanks so much. Yeah.
Congrats, Noel.
Congrats. It's really good to be, you know, recognized and the people can vote this time. It's not just a body of committee. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Well, Noel, hold that point. We're up on the break. Much more when we return on Good Morning SKN.
Indeed.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And if you're just joining us, this segment is where we highlight successful persons, Caribbean connection. And this morning we have Chef Noel representing Jamaica on the big scene all the way up there in Toronto, Canada. Noel, welcome back to the show.
Yes.
It's got a little.
Awards and all these things. Huh?
Yes.
So, Noel, back home in Jamaica, you were awarded by the Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Holness.
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I was nominated twice.
You were nominated.
Oh, you were nominated.
Okay.
And no, it's okay. It's okay. It might seem like that sometime. Based on how I think it's written, and most people think that as well. So it's okay. But I was nominated twice, which I always like, to really explain. To
Okay,
be honest,
so you were one of
yeah,
the nominees.
nominees, yeah, and
Oh,
yeah,
I see,
yeah,
I see. But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's a
But I
major
wasn't really
achievement. That's a major achievement.
it is
The fact that you've been recognized by the Prime Minister as a nominee, that's a
yeah, and in
huge
the top,
advancement.
yeah, and in the top 4 in my category in arts and art and culture, yeah, twice, yeah,
Interesting.
at least it's a nod, right?
Of
Yes,
course.
In the
yes,
right direction. It's a nod.
congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still a win anyway.
Okay. Since we are on the veins of award, I will continue. How did you manage to get an award in 2020 when almost the entire world was shut down? Nothing was happening. Nothing been going on, according to Jamaicans. Nothing was going on. Nothing going on. How did you manage to get an award, Chef Noel? How did
Yeah.
you?
Well, that's a good one. That's a good question. What happened was when the pandemic hit in March, I was looking at my window. I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? And I'm like, because I was doing an event and we had to like all basically run home because it was empty. No one was coming out. Everyone started panic and stuff like that. And I was like, what am I going to do? And it so happened that the first gig I did at the start of the pandemic was a video for the Jamaica Tourist Board. We did this cooking video. It was on their Facebook, their YouTube, and their social platform. Then for some reason, one day, this magazine all the way in Italy reached out to me and did a feature on me. And I think it came true as well. Then I was in the press news, I think, for the Jamaica Tourist Board. So my name was starting to slowly go up here now. Then I got a connection now fully with the Appleton Rum brand. And I was doing stuff virtually. Yes. And then every Wednesday, what I would do is I'll be cooking live on Jamaicans.com, doing our nice Caribbean food and stuff. I was pushing my book at the time because my book came out 2019 December, just before the pandemic. So I was pushing my book. So I use online as well a lot. Then also I started my podcast in the pandemic because, of course, we all had time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was working. Yeah.
Okay. So you were one of the lucky ones. The pandemic really didn't affect you that much, Chef Noel.
Right.
No. And I did virtual like Jerfest here in Toronto. I usually their chef. And I did that virtually by filming stuff and working with lots of corporate brands. Yes, I was busy, like slammed. Yeah.
Interesting. Awesome stuff, Noel. Well, Chef Noel, out of all your accolades, this one really stood out for me is the fact that Bible Magazine, a magazine out there in Canada, voted for you as best black chef in Canada. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good. And, I think I'm just, one of the best, because there are lots of great chefs here, and I'm just one of, and I still have a far way to go to maybe even consider the best. And even when I get there, I still want to be considered the best, but to be recognized in my community, because it's more so about the community, the black community.
Right.
It's because oftentimes we're not invited to these awards, or like if you don't have certain backing, then you can't be invited to these awards or even know about them. So for our community, and I always try to support the BIBLACKS award or the restaurant week or their stuff, because it's about community, and if it's positive, then I'm definitely behind it. So for me to be recognized by them, and for the people to vote, it makes a big difference, because the people, they try my food, they taste it, they like it, they support. So yeah.
Nice.
Of course.
I have to speak about this recognition.
I'm a big deal.
Oh, you keep being a big deal. You were also recognized as one of Jamaica's 60 Toronto's most influential and impactful next generation game changers.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about this? And how do you remain so humble with all these awards? I see no arrogance.
Very humble, indeed, indeed.
That one was, I think, was a good recognition, to be honest, because since I came to Canada in 2013, I've been just naturally representing Jamaica, from in Winnipeg. In Winnipeg, and there wasn't, I don't think there's any Jamaican chef there, really, to be honest, and not much representation. So I was on, and I was voted best chef there in Winnipeg in the top 5 in 2018. Yeah, thanks so much. And then so I would always representing brand Jamaica just naturally, because that's who I am, that's my culture, and I love my cuisine as well. And so when I got that nomination for the Jamaica 60, I'm like, it's really fitting. I'm gonna say, some people think that they don't deserve something. I think it was very fitting, to be honest, because always doing my part, to advance the human race.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so being one of that to be highlighted as an impactful, and that's really a good look.
Of course,
Indeed.
of course. And Chef Noel, Jamaica is on the verge, well, pretty soon, hopefully, in becoming a republic. I think personally, you should throw in your hat and go for president, don't you think?
Yeah. The first thing, if I'm president, I need to roll back Juice Prize. I need to roll back Oxtail Prize and Patty Prize. I'm gonna cap Patty Prize.
Roll back the price on the patties.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yes, patties are just going. The price is going crazy.
But you see,
and I'm all about.
It is.
Yeah, I'm all about. Yeah, and even here in Canada, we have Patty Day here in I think it's February. February. The Patty Day, because there was a patty war. There was a patty war many years ago where they wanted to ban the Jamaican patty because it didn't fit into us. We call patties like a burger.
Okay.
So they had this war. Look, we're not changing name and da. And if you caught selling patty at the time, they could like lock you up or charge you. So they fought it, and then
Well, I'm glad I'm glad the patty war was won.
Yeah. And patties are a big part of the culture here because of the train and the stations, and it's cheap. It's known as a cheap snack. So they would just grab it, and everybody love a good patty,
It's
yeah.
signature.
Nice. Let's speak about some of the items you have on your menu that just as soon as you put your menu out, these items just disappear like ghosts. Let's speak about some of those.
Yeah. All right. So number one is the jerk chicken mac and cheese.
Wow.
Like that one is a bestseller. Yeah. Jerk chicken mac and cheese. Then now here in Canada we have what is called a poutine. So a poutine is French fries with a beef gravy. And cheese curd. So what I've done is I've put this to it to do a oxtail poutine. So now it's a French fry curd and an oxtail. That's a hot seller. Jerk chicken poutine is also a pepper shrimp pasta as well, and the curry. Yeah. The chicken and waffle.
Just thinking about it, man.
Let me see. Yeah, so this one, so that's a chicken and waffle there.
Okay.
Then this one is of some of the dishes. But still get that island vibe. And yeah, so the festival, right? And the plantain. Yeah. So,
This is the
one thing I know for sure that
I've had so far.
next time I'll be in studio cooking up live, smoking up the place.
Yeah.
But here in Canada, they love their Caribbean food, which is good. And in the pandemic, I was on Twitter and I saw like a lot of food writers. These are like notable food writers were like, they're not sure what's happening, but since the pandemic, they're craving Caribbean food. Plus, these people always travel. And plus the Caribbean food is so comforting. And that for once pushed me to like, hey, like you need to be out there, especially as a professional chef. We sometimes shy away from our own cuisine and culture because we want to fit in with the French and Italian. But then there's just a story behind our food and why it is, and it also shape who we are as well. Yeah. So I wanted to take up space to add my own twist and refine it a bit.
Indeed. So you're I think what you're trying to say is that we should honor our Caribbean food just like how we appreciate the international ones.
Yeah, we should. I know food is rustic. It's very rustic, and sometimes we think that it don't fit into certain settings. We want, but it has its I wouldn't say it has its time and place, but it's of its purpose and why it is so rustic and why it is the way that it is. But until we can understand and see that, then we will know exactly the reason why. Because the people who came before us, they fought for what we have now. So it's for us to really appreciate it and also build on it as well, instead of hide it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you participate in apprenticeship programs, Chef Noel, where you take young upcoming chefs under your wing and teach them the ropes?
I do a lot. I have much like in person since we're just coming out of pandemic and crazy stuff. But I do sometimes like virtually, they're doing their exams or SBA, stuff like that. I give my time back to like schools to do stuff, talk with them, career day. Then I have a few that I kind of mentor in terms of their career choice and path, and sometimes advice, yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Noel, I know for Kittitians and Nivisions, there's a large Kittitian and Nivision fan base up there in Toronto, and so does Jamaican. Can you tell them, those who are watching and staying tuned to Good Morning SKN, where can they find Cuisine by Noel?
Alrighty, so Cuisine by Noel is at 300 College Street, that's downtown Toronto. And of course, I'm also on Instagram at I am Chef Noel, Facebook, Chef Noel Cunningham. So you can find me there. I'm mostly, doing catering now and traveling and stuff like that. So the restaurant is still there. I'm kind of changing things a bit, more weekend vibes, but yeah, just stay tuned and see what's up. Yeah.
So what are some of the dishes they can get on the weekend? Let's just whet their appetite to
The
come on
weekend,
down.
I'm thinking of doing not everything on the menu, but more of specials, and also now introducing some new menu items. So I'm looking to do more family meal as well on Sundays, as well as on a Saturday. It's like a meal for two or groups or stuff like summer. Everyone is traveling now. Everyone is outside. You're doing picnics, so you can always grab some stuff. And I do cakes as well. Which I started in the pandemic. I'm a pandemic baby.
So you started making cakes in the pandemic. What else did you try to do during the pandemic as a chef?
I didn't do knitting like Michelle Obama, but I did started in my podcast and started doing cakes more. I could always bake, but the decorating part was like my weakness. And I decided, look, I'm gonna attack this. And I started just buying tools and stuff, practice, make some mistakes along the way, and I'm on my way. Indeed. Who said that? Lionel Richie? Yes, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way.
I needed to see a picture of your progress.
Well, they're on Instagram. They're all on Instagram.
Definitely have to tune into Instagram to see more.
So next time I'll send some pictures so we can have some slides on screen.
Yes.
Okay, and real quickly, Noel, how important it is for chefs in particular to change up what's on their menu? Do you think it's a deal breaker, or it could make them more successful when you change actually what's on your menu on a regular?
Well, one of my favorite songs is that it's an ever-changing time. And I believe in changes. People easily get bored now. That's why most restaurants don't last for really a long time, because the next thing comes and people go on to it, and we like the excitement. Plus, now we're living in an era of social media, right? We want to take pictures here and there. If you're not keeping up, as a restaurant also, it's not just about the food, but also the ambience. So change up your ambience as well. Change up the decor, change up the lighting, different seat, fix things. But of course, it costs money. But the menu now, like more restaurants now going to more seasonal menu. It's cheaper. Two, it's fresh. It's in season. So I think it's very important to have that change, because you also keep your guests coming back for more.
Indeed. And Chef Noel, time really flies when we're having fun. We want to thank you so much for tuning to Caribbean Connection. This segment is where we highlight Caribbean nationals who are doing it big on the international scene. Chef Noel, we wish you all the best. Nothing but the best.
Continue winning.
And trust me, you have our support right down here from St. Kitts and Nevis. Stay tuned, guys. Much more when we return on Good Morning SKN.
Thanks, Chef Noel.
cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and of course it's Friday. And as always, we love to have fun here on GMSKN when this day comes around. Today we'll be looking at some strange things we all do.
Really?
Indeed.
I don't know if we all do
A
this
series
thing.
of behavior will appear on screen, and Hortensia and I will confirm or deny how many of these strange things we actually do.
Lord Jesus, please.
Can't wait to see what this one's about.
I hope I haven't done a lot of these things, because I can't be strange.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Can't wait to see what the comments have to say for this. Continually check the fridge to see if any food has magically appeared.
No. If I know it's not in there, I'm not gonna check. I'm not gonna check the fridge to see if it appears. No.
I agree.
No.
I know exactly what's in
there.
fridge.
Exactly. So I don't even want to go to it when I know it's broke. Basically, it doesn't have the food that I want to eat, so I'm not gonna go to it.
I agree.
So no, I don't do. Nah.
We don't do that.
We don't do that around these parts. Have full-on conversations with yourself. Of course. Yeah. I talk to myself all the time. You are the best person to talk to.
I know.
Yeah, I talk to myself all the time.
But you don't think when people see you talk to yourself, they think you're going crazy?
Okay, they're entitled to their opinions. We're all crazy somehow. So it's better to speak to ourselves than to have conversations with anyone else. So yeah.
I agree. That's a good one. I think we all do that sometimes.
Yeah, we all have full-on conversations. Shanae had a lot of full-on conversations.
rehearse arguments, conversations in your head.
Yeah, I think we do rehearse arguments and conversations in our head, because especially if we have to ask someone something, or we have to tell them something, we rehearse it, we play it over and over and over, but then when we get to the situation, does it
don't normally go as planned.
Exactly. No matter how you rehearse these conversations, never work out. So yeah, I've done those. Have you?
Of course, certainly it happens.
So we have done 2 of 3 strange things
so far.
Yeah. Wow. See what I said?
And this one says, asking what? Even though you heard what the person said.
Yep, because you just want to reinforce. That's what you say. Really? That is really what you're saying? Yeah.
I do that quite a lot.
Oh, of course.
I am guilty of this one.
Yeah. I do it just to reinforce, and then sometimes I do it when I'm in an argument just to be like, seriously? Did you just say? Oh, alrighty then.
Stunned, left stunned. I do it quite often.
Yep.
It is one of my words that I use when I try to
take a pause.
Exactly.
Take a pause to gather your arguments. Right. What? And that's exactly how it comes out. After making a typing mistake, you delete the entire sentence and start over instead of simply using backspace. Nah. Maybe I would have done that like once, but I don't do it now.
Well, for me personally, back then I used to do it, but now
no,
I'm
yeah,
tech savvy.
Yeah, we know how to deal with that.
It right through.
Exactly. Put the cursor where you need to, remove what you need to remove, and just add.
Exactly.
Yeah. We ain't about that life no more. We grew up. Indeed.
Technology, that's what's happening.
That is definitely what's happening, although I have to get more in tune with it, because I swear I am literally behind, and it's taking over.
I mean, it's changing daily.
Yeah.
So every day we learn something new.
Have to be intentional about learning something new every day, I swear, because if we're not intentional, we won't learn a thing.
Indeed.
Yep.
And this one says, immediately read an email right after you sent it, even though you already proofread it 50 times. I'm guilty of that too. Not even in emails, even when you send a voice note.
You still listen to make sure you
listen to it. I do that quite a lot.
Only if I sing a voice note, see how cute I sound. Yeah. I sound so braggadocious with myself. I sound so braggadocious with myself.
I do that quite a
lot. I can't attest to this one. Not at all. All right. When writing Wednesday, you think of it as when... No, I don't... What? Wednesday? Alrighty.
When writing Wednesday, you think of it as Wednesday?
And that's one say no.
I mean, you're trying to spell it out in your head? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Sometimes I get the spelling wrong. Not only Wednesday, there are quite a few words that you have to break it in syllables to get it sometimes.
Yeah, but we still do that because we're still in the learning stage. But I never did that to Wednesday though. Wednesday? No, I never did that.
I used to do it.
Okay, I never did that.
I used to do
it. Well, we all have things that we used to do, but I never looked at it like that. So that's something that I actually learned today that I can use maybe with little kids.
And you know which other word comes to mind to business?
Business?
Yes,
okay.
I always say boss Ines.
Like
to
that.
get it
Bus
out.
Ines. Okay,
Yes,
I like
business.
that. Bus Ines.
So business.
So the bus is in a nest in a tree.
To spell it.
I like that. You know, we all have to do what works for us. So there's no shame in the game at all.
Of course.
No shame in the game. So the bus is in the nest. So I'm going to use that too. Oh my gosh. Andre, I like that one. Never thought of a bus in a nest.
And this one says, when looking for an address or street sign, you turn down the music in the car. Hortensia, you seem guilty.
No.
No?
No. The only thing I'm guilty of is when we had to wear masks.
Right.
For some reason, I could not see without removing the mask from my face when I was looking for stuff.
You're not the first person I heard say that.
Okay, then.
During the pandemic, a lot of persons complained they cannot see when they were having the mask.
I don't understand. I had to take off the mask and literally look in my bag for stuff. Or if I'm going somewhere and I'm looking for something, I had to take the mask. And I did not understand. What is the correlation with the mask on my sight?
I agree.
Until today, even if I put on a mask today, I have to take it off.
I think it's because we weren't accustomed to it.
But what does the mask is covering our mouth, Andre? What does it have to do with the eyes?
Right, I say the same thing.
I can't. But
I say the same.
No.
But you know what I never got during the pandemic, wearing that mask? Many persons this actually happened to. Why is it that persons were wearing a mask even when they were alone in their vehicle?
Because we were just conditioned to it.
Conditioned?
Yeah,
but
so
I mean,
we just...
You're in your own vehicle with the...
Rona could come to the AC. Think of it that way.
You have the glasses all wind up.
Yeah, Rona coming to the AC, Andre.
Well,
so we just protecting myself. Or maybe somebody just jump out the car and we forgot to take it off. How about that?
Hortensia explained it well.
Oh, but I probably know somebody who probably did that, but no, I never turn on the music because I hardly drive the music too. I drive pretty quiet. Yeah, I don't know why, but I drive pretty quiet. Yeah. Having to reread what you just read because you weren't paying attention to what you were reading. Yeah, happens to me all the time.
Of course, all the time.
time.
Even right now as I speak.
When I'm doing research, I'm like, what? Did they say this? Because I'm trying to understand what they say. How did it go? And then I have to go over and over. Maybe it's with age. I don't know. You think?
With age? Age have a lot to do with it as well. But I just think it's depending on your mood that day.
I think this happens to me rather often, so I don't think it's the mood, bro. I don't think it's the mood.
Well, maybe you might want to get that checked out.
Is Andre trying to shade? Is he trying to shade?
It's Friday.
It is indeed Friday, so he is trying to shade my way.
I can throw some shade because I won't have to see you until Monday.
Alrighty.
And this one says, delay eating until you can find the perfect TV show to watch. Boom. That's
you?
Me.
Not me.
Spot on.
I eaten. I going back for snacks. Like yesterday, somebody told me that lived in my house that I eat too much. Yes. I was like, why are you telling me that I eat too much? And he'd be like, because you always eating. And I'd be like, eh.
But I am guilty of this. Trust me.
No, I'm not delaying. I'm going to eat and eat.
Nope. I put everything
on. So your food get cold?
Yup. That's me. Especially when something I can't afford to miss. And I want to talk about it tomorrow. I may want to hear it from nobody else. I want to have the first talk and last talk.
You put your belly last. Well, my belly shall always be first. I thank you.
Well, that's how the microwave comes into place.
You see? Too much waves ain't good for we, so we got to eat the thing while it's hot and keep eating.
I agree. I have to work on this one. But this one, I definitely say I do. I'm guilty of this one.
Wait, you're marrying it too? Oh, wow. Do we have any more? No. Do we? Meow? They have this one cat that sits on a water heater, and every time I pass, I'd be like, cat. That's all I'd say, cat. That's all. Because it just sits there and look at me. So I'd be like, cat. And I just pass along.
Funny enough, instead of saying mew, I actually talk to them.
You mew?
I talk, I guess mew in their language, I'm mewing to them, but I am talking to, I do talk to animals.
Oh gosh. Andre, I think I hear the ambulance outside, I just hope nobody coming to pick you up to carry you up, so
I am not crazy. I am totally not crazy.
So you sit there and have a whole conversation with the kitty cat?
They are man's best friend. Cats and dogs.
Oh no, only dogs, Fred.
When you talk to them,
I don't know something about cats. I don't vibe it.
Really?
No.
I love me some cats, especially when you put them on them and you hear them mumming. I love that.
No, see, I would never know that because I've never had a mama on me because I don't like cats. Yo, I'm a dog person. No, something about cats and the scratching. No, my cousin have two. They're cute, but I like them from afar.
I love cats. Cats are so clean. They're comfy. They're just spontaneous animals.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so meow, but no. Well, folks, we hope you had us. Oh, okay, we got more.
There are more.
Make up scenarios in your head that would never actually happen. I think I've done that and think about the outcome.
That's the first signs of going cuckoo.
Oh, so now you want me to... Now he tried to throw it back, right back on me.
Make up scenarios in your head that would never actually happen.
But at least you have the plan on how to deal with it.
I guess I could give you that.
But then
one.
I'll still go to the whatever. We all do weird things, guys. Let us know in the comments how many of those things you do on a day-to-day basis, and stay tuned. We have so much more in our 327th episode here today at Good Morning SKN. Thank you for watching. Go and tell your friend. Turn on their device. Come back with us. We have so much more after this.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Yay! And welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We made it to episode 327. Oh my gosh, we are here, guys. We're excited to get to this point, and we want to thank those of you who have stayed with us since our inception on December the 5th, 2021.
For those of you who have been following us, you will be aware of the significance of the numbers of our parent company, Studio 327. You may also be aware of the applicability of these numbers and the concept behind them. However, as we recognize and give thanks for our 327th episodes, we wanted to share this with you.
Okay, so the company Studio 327 was incorporated on the 25th of March 2021 to provide educational and entertaining television and film programming for locals and the diaspora members.
I'm sure you must be curious about what was behind the number 327. Yes, get it correct. It's 327 and not 327.
Not 327, guys, 327. So each number has a distinct meaning and was selected for the symbolism it represents in the company's execution and branding.
Before we get into this, let's help you understand numerology.
Yeah. And I think a lot of folks say 327 because it's a number that when we say 327. I'm guilty of saying 327 because when I first came, I said 327 and I was correct. It's 327.
So it's actually Studio
327 and not Studio 327. So you have been educated on that one. So what is numerology? According to the laws of attraction website, numerology is the study of numbers and their applicability in one's life. So it's a study of numbers and how they apply to our life.
Right.
Like my favorite number, Andre, is 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, so it's funny enough that I work for some place that I tell people into the numbers.
Well, my favorite number is lucky number 16.
Why 16 though?
You know, I was according to former Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Denzel Douglas, I mean, at his birthday, he said, when they asked him to what he wished for his birthday, he said forever young, to be forever young. And 16 for me, I think it represents youngness, and indeed, forever young is accurate.
Okay. So we're ready for the next one.
Yep.
And
what is numerology? Numerology is seen as a universal language of numbers and is the idea that the universe is a system, and once broken down, we're left with the basic elements, which are numbers. These numbers can then be used to help us to better understand the world and ourselves as individuals.
Indeed. Yep. Wow.
Numerology. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know such a word exists.
Yeah, boy. Well, now we know. So numerology is an ancient practice used by cultures worldwide for thousands of years. Its origins can be traced back to the ancient civilization of Egypt and Babylon. The Greeks also had their own form of numerology, which they used to predict events and interpret dreams.
Awesome stuff.
Indeed. Awesome sauce.
In the Middle Ages, it became associated with the Jewish Kabbalah and the Christian Bible. Many scholars of the time believed that there was a mystical relationship between numbers and the divine. Yep. This belief gave rise to the idea of a way to divine the future and understand the mysteries of the universe.
Indeed.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, because we know the Bible uses 7 as a number of completion.
Number 7.
And perfection, yeah.
Wow.
So we see how far back these things go. Indeed.
Interesting.
3 in numerology. The number 3 in numerology means creativity, self-reliance, and positivity. The number 3 is a sign of optimism and inspiration, and people who resonate with this number regularly express themselves creatively and radiate confidence in everything they do. So I guess I have to say I'm a 3 now.
You should add that one as well. Number 3.
Number 3.
There you go. Wherever the number 3 shows up in your life is generally an amen or creativity, communication, optimism, and curiosity.
Okay. So if 3 shows up, I know what I'm into.
I know.
2 in numerology. The meaning of the number 2 in numerology is balance. Love it. That's why 7 and 2 is my favorite number. Balance, peace, and harmony. The number 2 also represents togetherness, partnership, duality, and polarity. The number 2 strives for long-lasting, meaningful, and strong relationships. That's why my favorite numbers are 72.
Interesting. The number 7 represents wholeness and perfection in numerology. This number is associated with ascension and a life free of obstacles in various cultures. Perfect. Number 7.
Number 7. Aww.
That's awesome.
Wow. So it was our pleasure to share the meaning of the numbers behind our company, Studio 327 and not 327, on this symbolic episode of
327.
Our 327th episode. Now let's take a look at exactly 3 minutes and 27 seconds, down to the wire, of GMS Scan over the past 326 episodes. And Andre, it was a pleasure having you join on 324.
I know I'm a baby, but cheers to 327.
Indeed, cheers. Where's our champ people though?
Cortesia, a trip down memory
lane. And it was a good, it was a good one.
It
was a good one.
It was.
Indeed.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's that time again when we say so long farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now until we meet again.
Indeed, indeed.
Tune in daily where you'll find a little bit of everything for everyone. Get your friends and family to watch. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio327 Inc. and Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Also, check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And I hope you enjoyed our 327th episode as much as we did. Thank you for those of you, as we would have said earlier, who would have been there from the inception. That's December 5th, 2021 until now. Remember, we can only reach everyone when you tell them, when you share us, when you subscribe, and when you like. So please do all of the above and leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. It's the weekend time, so see you on Monday at 8 a.m. when you'll wake up bright and early and start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. See you on Monday. Have a great day today, but if you can't have a great one or a good one, as Tabitha would say, don't go messing up nobody else's. Bye, guys.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.